Good. So, Dota 7.06 just came out. I was just gonna do my usual. Oh, we gotta switch. I was just gonna do my usual thing where I don't really. Gotta switch to Dota 2 streaming. Alright, sweet, done. Just gonna do my usual thing where I just read other people's analysis, but there's a buff to Night Stalker. I've already skimmed through it, but I wanna, actually go over this. Alright. Seems good. Let me make sure this is working for me. Okay, looks good. So, Dota 7.06 changes. Let's be real. The reason that you are here, if you are here, is because you're interested in my thoughts on this. This seems like this would be really big. Alright, so the first thing that catches my eye is that it gives Night Stalker an escape, which is something that Night Stalker desperately needed but never had. I mean, that's just kind of been how the hero worked, is he was like, if you pinned him down at all, he would just die, and that's that. 1200 vision. So it's a little weird that the vision's smaller during the nighttime, but that's not relevant because it's only for 2 seconds. So this is 1200 vision. I'm assuming unobstructed vision. So let's get right into it. We gotta see how this works. All right, we'll look over the rest of these changes too, but this is why we're here. I mean, I think everyone agrees this is the only change that matters in the entire version. All right, good enough. Nighttime. So the first question is, does it give unobstructed vision? Probably, right? Yeah, it does. Oh my god, and it uses the flying haste animation? What a cool idea! Oh my god! That's such a nice bonus. Why was that so fast? Oh, it's just the actual... Holy shit, that looks so smooth.
I stalk my next meal.
Alright, no change to the move speed during it. Oh my god. Alright, so this is gonna mean a few things. It's gonna fix a bunch of stuff about Night Stalker, right? But a few things importantly. One, the most important one is that he can now escape, right? Cool, you can juke over tree. Oh, let's double check too. We want to see if it can... it's cool that during the day, if I'm getting ganked, I can be like, oh shit, I can pop these two and now I've got an escape. It does not destroy trees when you go over it. I mean, yeah, it did on landing so that I don't get blocked, but it does not destroy trees as far as actually using it for an escape. So we're gonna do these two, and you can go through a lot actually when you're using phase with it, which is you're gonna be using phase with it pretty much every time you cast it. So this puts you at 5, almost pretty much max, 540. So you can move through. So this is units per second. That's the way this metric is measured. So 540 times 2, that's 1080. That's a lot of range, Yeah, that's probably about. Probably about that. And they happen to sync up in terms of duration. 2.5 and 2. That syncs up very well. So the way you would do it in practicality is it'd be nighttime. You use phase, then you use your night boost, just so that use phase first, so you get all of it at the maximum speed. All right. So A, it gives him an escape during the day. That's pretty cool. You have to position yourself a little bit properly to use it, but really not. Really, you don't that much. Really, anywhere you're probably gonna be able to find somewhere to escape to. Okay. 2, during the nighttime, he gives him an escape too. Duh. But the thing that comes to mind first is there's this very common thing that happens where it'll be you and a support, and you're in the woods, and the Night Stalker sees the support first because it's nighttime. Maybe he sees, and then as you get close to each other, the support sees the Night Stalker. The support will always get to jump on Night Stalker. That's kind of fucked up, but that's just how it is right now, because this is a 0.3 second cast time. The slowest, not the slowest, but one of the slowest things. It's beaten out by, in terms of other slower spells, it's Doom and Leshrak's entire kit and Ogre Magi, and that's about it, every other hero is like Shadow Shaman, instant cast Hex, Lion, instant cast Hex, Skywrath, instant cast Disable, Rubik, everything's instant cast. I don't know, just name a support with a Disable, it's always instant. Here's this super slow and lower range. This is 500 range. Every supports is longer range than that. Well, this actually gives you a way to play them. So, because normally you had to, as a Night Stalker, you had to be 4,200 gold deep in an item before you could initiate at all on someone. But now you can potentially use Hunter Night at nighttime to you juke around a tree, you whoop, and then this gives you the unobstructed vision. And breaking trees is actually... Can I right-click someone over top of trees? How does that work? Let's level up. Let's spawn an enemy. Let's level it up so it doesn't die instantly. Alright, so this is a guy. He's trying to be a shitter. He's trying to do the thing that everyone does to Night Stalker and juke him around the trees. Alright, fine. Lost vision there. Can I attack him from like over top of trees? Kind of, yeah, I can. Damn. So this is, this is the other common problem, is that, let's say you're playing a mid-Night Stalker, lol, but I do, and you want to dive them at nighttime, and this is, let's say you're Radiant, this is Dire, this is the demo terrain, so it's not perfect. The real terrain has like 1,000 paths through this, and you'll be trying to dive, and they'll be like, haha, I'm just gonna run around in circles on one tree, and it's nighttime, and you can't do anything to me. But that wouldn't work anymore, because I just turn this on, and I just sit on their tree, punch them on their tree. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Monkey King. Night Stalker now wrecks Monkey King. Jesus, Night Stalker wrecks Monkey King now. This is so much in one buff. Wow. It's a pretty fast cooldown too. It's like on par with Night Crippling Fear. Wow. Will people actually max this earlier? Probably not. Probably it'll be the same skill order. Because the cooldown's cool, but not such a huge deal that I don't think it's big enough to pick over Void. It might be big enough that people would get this over Silence now. It might be that you see Void and 3 levels of Hunter to Night. Nah, I don't think so actually. I think the skill point, I think the value point in Crippling Fear is still gonna be there. Damn. Alright, other little things to take in consideration. 50 mana cost is not negligible. This is something. It's not huge, but it is enough. Night Stalker already had mana problems. So you're gonna have to buy a little bit mana. It might just be that people are more likely. Hold on. Should make sure my stream. Yeah. It might just make people more likely to get like stuff like Echo Saber, which previously overbought mana. It was like so much more mana than you needed that it was like kind of a waste, but it might make it a little bit more useful. But what it does do is it kind of eliminates I was thinking of this build basically where you buy no mana and rely entirely on shrines, which actually was working for me because you would miss a couple kills here and there, but you save so much money, and eventually you get to like level 20, 25, in the game, and at that point his mana is just big enough just from base mana pool that it's like okay that you skipped all mana items. That build's dead. Shrines got their mana nerfed, their mana regen nerfed. Bottle got buffed. Yeah, interesting. Alright, so, yeah, that's all I got for now. Does this do anything during the day? I think it does nothing during the day. I think during the day, you can't even spend the mana on it. Anything else with this? This seems like a really big buff. Wow, I think we're gonna actually see Night Stalker now. Shit, just a free ability out of nowhere. That's crazy.